Say you're making bread, but you change one ingredient. See how criminals are using this method to make one drug more addictive.
Called spice.
Virginia lawmakers banned the substance, but drug makers are skirting the law by slightly changing the ingredients of spice. Karen Hopkins investigates why police and lawyers say the spice law is broken.
Well, David, the spice law includes dozens of these banned substances, just pages after pages of these molecules. But every year, people who make spice are coming up with new chemicals that aren't on this list. That makes it hard to punish people for doing spice.
It's a parent's biggest nightmare.
It was reality for Kathy Knuckles when her 19-year-old son became addicted to spice.
The biggest sign is mood swings, stealing. I have a daughter that's 15 that has seen the violence, has seen all of it.
When you hear these stories, you can see why synthetic marijuana is banned. The problem, authorities say, is the spice law is broken. It's kind of like making bread. You measure out your flour, but instead of using butter, you use vegetable oil instead. You change one ingredient. Police say that's what drug makers are doing with spice.
They want to make money, so they try to stay one step ahead of the law.
Norfolk attorney Pete Decker III.
People find loopholes.
You think the law needs to catch up with the new chemicals that drug makers are adding in?
Because that's how we as defense attorneys are fighting this. We will ask for a lab report. They send it up to Richmond. The lab's backed up. Takes a couple months to get the report back. And then if the substances that are in the spice aren't on that banned list, then we can move for dismissal, and a lot of times we can win that motion.
Many times people are getting off the hook. For example, in Virginia Beach from 2011 to 2013, about 20 people faced charges for doing spice. Half of them were excused because no illegal substances were detected in the lab report.
We've got to change the way we do things to make this law work.
Undercover Hampton police detectives have seen the challenges.
Unless we have knowledge that that spice, that compound contains something illegal under the law, we normally do not make an arrest at that time. We seize the spice, and then we send it off to the lab to see actually what's inside the what the chemical makeup is of the spice.
In 2011, specific chemicals in spice were banned in Virginia. The next year, drug makers came up with new substances. So in 2013, lawmakers added a phrase that anything made to imitate spice is illegal. Decker says that's not holding up in court either.
They've got to bring in experts that can prove that these banned substances or similar substances have the same effect as the ones that are listed under our state code. That's hard to do. The real shame is the lawmakers are trying to protect people, and these drug users are putting these chemicals in their bodies, and you don't know what effect they're going to have. It's kind of scary.
Knuckles knows firsthand.
If you can help your kids and you know the signs, just please help them. My son has learned the hard way. The hard way.
Definitely dangerous. A viewer just called in and said that he's fighting to overcome his addiction to spice. In fact, he's been in the hospital twice. And to add to the problem, Chesapeake's Commonwealth's attorney Nancy Parr says it's difficult to stay ahead of the chemists who want to get around the law because the General Assembly meets just once a year to pass legislation. Karen Hopkins, 13 News Now.